Since 1960, more than 1 million whites have left New York City. The black and Hispanic population has grown by almost 1 million, and it's still growing.
It's been proven in neighborhood after neighborhood. When they come, what happens in the neighborhood? I mean, you can go right from here in towards the city. You got Laurelton, which was beautiful. You got Springfield Gardens, that was beautiful. Nobody from Rosedale walked down America Road in Laurelton at night. No white people.
Black people know how to do race talk because it's a necessity in all the parts of our culture. Now, at the upper end of the culture, you're not allowed to use race as an excuse, ever.
Who's policing that?
It's just how you're raised.
Do you think it's because you encounter less racism, or is it because you've got better tools to deal with it?
Both.
Or is it?
And the upper end lives on the fence.
Blacks say they've been oppressed for 200 years. I didn't do it. Why are they bothering me? I didn't do it to them. The government might have done it to them. Their own native chiefs sold them as slaves. I didn't sell them as slaves.
Nobody gave me nothing. I was never on home relief or any such thing as they have today. I worked and earned everything we have. It's blood, and a lot of blood, and I'm still giving them a lot of blood.
Would your chances of having a good, long, happy marriage be better if you married a black woman from the projects or a white woman who had gone to Exeter and Harvard and so on?
The Cabrini Green Project is what public housing has come to symbolize in Chicago for more than a quarter of a century. But in an effort to disperse the city's poor, who are mostly black, the new public housing proposals call for construction of duplexes, two-story townhouses, three-story apartment buildings, all to be scattered in the predominantly white areas of Chicago. This lot on Comiskey Avenue is one of 275 sites identified under federal court order by the Chicago Housing Authority for low-income families.
Don't give somebody else and take away from me. I've worked all my life. I'm not a rich man. If you want to bother the rich man, go bother him. I go to work every day. I go to work sick at times when I can't afford to stay home. That's all I'm asking. Leave me alone. Why should they push them upon me?
Let them earn it the way we did, not to give it to them on a silver platter. They want to come in and take over. They walk around with a chip on their shoulder. If there's kids in the schoolyard go to school with $1 in their pocket for lunch.
Nobody ever did me any favors. Nobody gave me anything. Anything I got, I worked for. These people want anything and they don't want to work for anything. This is what they want. They come up from the South, they go on welfare. They come from Puerto Rico, they go on welfare. We're sick of paying for these people.
What's going to bring down the value of everybody's property? You see those other projects they have and they don't take care of them. You see those other projects they have and they don't take care of them.
It is the culture that you grow up in. It is not something that you attach yourself to after you're grown.
They have the money to buy the house. Why can't they come?
Because they're going to, because they'll come first. And then maybe a couple of people will panic in the neighborhood. This is what happens, we'll be truthful. A couple of whites will panic. And they'll sell, and if they can't sell right away, it's in the real estate a year or so, maybe they'll sell it to the real estate. Then the real estate will maybe start renting it to welfare. And then you start getting the lower class in. And then the people next to these low-class people, these low-class blacks, maybe they'll sell. So then you got 3 houses with blacks in it. And then the next 2 go, and then the next 2 go, and then the next 2 go. And before you know it, you got all the low class in here, and here is your middle class black running again. And he goes in and screws up another white neighborhood.
So there are some black people that are very uncomfortable among black people.
Really? Yes. Do you think there could possibly be a point where class trumps race?
I've had it. I came from a busted neighborhood, South Ozone Park. And they don't live like human beings. They live like animals, and that's what they are, animals. You don't know who's living next door to you from one day to the next. I came from that neighborhood. I ran from there.
Selection as a future site of public housing has turned all eyes this way. There is more concern than anger among the residents, concern over whether they'll be able to sell their homes. For laws or no laws, they are not inclined to live in a changing neighborhood. They will run as others before them have run, if they can. Murray Fromson, CBS News, Chicago.
Yo, bitch, all on me, all up in my face. I told that bitch, get back, I need some.
Can't get no gooder than this. Green Project.
It's the Green, the best project in the world. Motherfucking shot in his car. You know what I'm saying? I kill a nigga right now. I kill that bitch right now going in here. Put on that hoe. I kill that hoe, man.
Fuck, trying to wife a bitch, they out here stretching.
Niggas talk, we let them guns pop. Never lacking, keep them guns. Never lacking, keep them guns cocked.